everyone, welcome back to my craft room. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. For the past 3 or 4 weeks, I've been working on vintage ephemera for the purpose of creating a vintage journal. One of my viewers, Cheryl Santoro, suggested that I make a journal after my first Temu haul when she saw all the ephemera and paper that I had picked up. She said it was perfect stuff for a journal. And I had purchased it for card making, but I decided to take her up on the journal thing. I've never made one before, so it's been, you know, a fun experience. I've been watching a lot of different videos and learning things along the way. So today we're gonna start with the cover, and if we have time, we'll do the signature today. And then the next video will be decorating the journal. So sit tight and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I did a little bit of preparing to save time on the video. So what I did was I took a cereal box, my favorite cereal, Corn Flakes, and I cut it to 11 by 7 1/4. And that measurement was a bit of a mistake on my part, but to save the box, that's what I came up with. I actually wanted it to be 11 by 8 1/2 so that it could match up with the paper sheets that I'm going to use for the signature. But first of all, I don't think the box was wide enough because it was the small cereal box, so I wound up with 11 by 7 1/4. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna score this at 5 1/2, right in the center. Let's see, 5 1/2. And I'm gonna fold it in half. And it's not gonna be a very big journal, but that's okay with me for my first attempt. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and collage the cover, and I wanted to put the fold in it already so that my papers could contour to it. And I have a bunch of papers here. Let me just kind of put them off to the side so you could concentrate on the cover. So I'm gonna start with, let's see, just pull out a bunch of papers that I have here. And I want to start around the spine. So, oh, you know what? I wonder if you're gonna, no, you're not gonna be able to see through it. Yes, you are gonna be able to see through it. I don't want to make it too thick. I was gonna put another layer of paper on it. So I'm gonna start on the spine and then I'm gonna fold because I don't want the paper to give. You know, I don't care if it creates that little bubble, but it'll at least be able to fold over. Let me see. And I'm not going to worry too much about inking because so many of the papers are going to overlap and cover the inking that what I'll do in the end, I'll just ink the edges. So I'm going to put this since it has a straight edge at the top. Like I said, I'm gonna fold. And then, let me see. Maybe I'll get some music paper if I have any. Yeah, here it goes. I want another edge. So I was gonna film this video last night, but we were having severe thunderstorms and the internet kept going in and out. So I'm filming it Saturday morning instead of Friday night, but that's okay. And I don't know why I was kind of procrastinating about doing this video. I don't know why, but actually, no, you know what? It doesn't matter because I'm probably going to overlap something on it anyway. And I also, since I couldn't videotape last night, I wound up making more journal cards and snippets and things like that to have in my stash, because I was also afraid I wasn't going to have enough ephemera to decorate the journal. So now I have a little bit of extra, and so that should work out well. The video was getting pretty long, so I decided to fast forward the rest of the collaging process, because you've all seen it probably hundreds of times, if not thousands. And so I just continued to pick random pieces of paper to cover the journal, and I decided that I was gonna overlay the edge corners into the inside of the journal, so that when I got to the inside cover, I would be able to just put one large cover on the inside instead of collaging front and back. So as you can see right here, to avoid bulk, I trimmed off the corners and then folded those pieces into the inside. And that way I got a nice flat edge on the inside, and I could stick the paper down without any big bulk. And like I said, I just continued to pick the pieces of paper that I liked. And again, you see here the cutting of the corner. And yeah, it was going really well, but the video did get pretty long. So in order to save time and make it more manageable, I decided to fast forward. And even the fast forward seemed to take a lot longer than I thought it would. So yeah, I'm almost done here. And then I had concerns about being able to see through the paper and still see the serial imaging behind it. But that wasn't actually the case. Everything covered up pretty well, except for one particular spot where I laid a really light piece of paper, and you could still see a little bit of the imaging through it, but it wasn't really enough to be concerned about, and if it does bother me, then I can always go back and just add another piece of paper over it. And yeah, I think it was maybe that light piece of paper that I'm putting down. No, not that one. Yeah. So I'm almost done. I'm just kind of going inside and touching up places where the paper came up, and added a bit of the art glitter glue, just to make sure those inside edges stayed down. And where I folded it for the spine, nothing really came up, because I think since I had kind of folded and collaged at the same time, the paper had enough give in it so that those pieces on the edge didn't come up on the edge of the spine. So yeah, I think it was that light piece of paper that I just put down that is where I can see through. And then there you'll see I'm covering the inside. I finished collaging the outside and I made marks on that larger piece of paper with a pencil. And then I am cutting where I made the marks. And then I'm just going to glue down that inside cover. Make sure I get a lot of glue on that cover. Yeah. And somewhere in between the whole process, I ran out of glue stick and I had to get another one. But I had enough for this cover. And then when I made that fold right there, I started to get some bubbles, like the paper came up. So I just used my bone folder to work those bubbles out. So that seems to have worked out nicely. Now the question is, what side do I want to be the front? I think I'm gonna go with this side as the front. Let me grab all these papers and put them in my little bin over here. Okay. So now for the signature, I pre-cut my pages, but I'll show you what I did. I cut the pages to 5 1/4 widthwise. No, 5 1/4 was the length of the, hold on, 5 1/4 was the length of the cover. Yeah, 5 1/4 was the length. I'm sorry, 5 1/2 was the length. So yes, I did cut them down to 5 1/4. And then since the height was 7 1/4, I cut them down to 7. So the papers will be in here 7 and 5 1/4 were the papers that I cut. And then I took I haven't sewn anything together, but I took some of the coffee stain paper that I did last week, and then these were 5 by 5 squares, I believe they were, and so I glued 2 of them together, and then I folded them in half and trimmed it down to 5 1/4. And the first couple of pages I did 5 1/4, and then I kept going at 5 1/4 until I inserted. This is the first envelope, junk mail envelope pouch that I made with the 2 pockets. When I got to this point and I inserted it, like it pushed all of the papers out more. So then instead of cutting them at 5 1/4, I took like an extra 1/8 off to keep the papers even when you looked at the signature this way. So yeah, so I did the coffee dyed paper, this kind of like rice paper, and then this was paper that I picked up at Amazon. That it's regular copy paper, but it looks old and distressed. And then this is more of the coffee dyed paper that I made. I inserted the first pouch. Like I said, this was the junk mail pouch. And then I had this ledger paper that I coffee dyed, so I put that in there. I put in regular copy paper that I coffee dyed. Graph paper that I coffee dyed. I went with another one of those rice papers that I glued together and then folded in half. I mean, if you could see the seam. And then I put in another one of the copy papers, another dot grid paper. And then this was the one sheet that I did the video on, the one sheet pocket folio. So this is the one that I changed the butterfly on. And so I put that in, and then when I put this in, I took an extra 1/8 off of the last sheet because it pushed it out since this is thick. So then, yeah, so this is the signature that I'm going to use in the journal. And let's see, how many pages is it? I didn't count. I just was going crazy putting stuff in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 till I got to my center. So that means we'll have 26 pages, 13 sheets, 26 pages. And then I'm going to use binder clips to hold this together. Let me see, do I have little ones? No, I don't think so. I have these big binder clips. So I'm going to use the binder clip to keep these as tight as I can. Before I go ahead and you know what? Let me let this go. Okay, I'm having a hard time with this. Okay, let's try this again because the pages got away from me. All right, so there's that side. And then I'm gonna put a clip on this side. Try to get these as close together as possible. And I want to hold these together because I want to make sure that when I sew them into the cover, that they stay as compact as possible. I wonder if I should use this like as a cover. I think I am. So let me put that in. And let me put Okay, sorry about that. Let's see. Okay, so this is gonna go in the cover. And the cover, since it's 1/4 of an inch shorter on each side, or really 1/8 of an inch, since I took 1/4 off the pages, there should be 1/8 of an inch overlap. I mean, border on the inside, so you won't be able to see the pages. Okay, cool. So I got myself a little bookbinding kit. Let me put this on here. I should have gotten this ready. So I have my awl. Probably gonna use the brown thread. The brown, this is waxed thread. If I could just pull this off. Yeah, I'll just pull it off. So they say to use like 3 lengths. So 1, 2, and then 3 lengths. I'll give myself a little more, like 3.5 lengths. Put that there. Let me get my needle. And then all the components of the bookbinding kit, I just put into one of the 4x6 picture cases from Iris. Oh, I wonder if this eye is too big. Hold on. I don't want to use a needle with an eye that's that big. Let me try this one. Okay. I don't want to punch such a big hole. Okay, so let's try to thread this needle. Let's see if this is big enough for me to thread it. I think I got it. No, I didn't. Yeah, I got it. Okay. All right. So let's give this a shot. So now, usually, if you're going to be making like multiple journals or whatever, or, you know, a particular size, they recommend that you do a template. Excuse me. Let me get a book. I'm going to use this book to punch on. They recommend that you make a template to punch the holes, but I'm just gonna estimate on this. It's a pretty small journal, so I'm just gonna, oops, get the rubber protection thing off the tip of the needle. I'm just gonna guesstimate and go for the center, and I'm cradling it in the spine of the book. And that seems to have gone through. And then I'm just going to go about maybe 1 inch up on this side. And about 1 inch up on this side. Because I want to make sure I get the inserts that I put in at least on one hole. All right, so now I'm going to start sewing it. So I'm going to use the method where you go in the middle. Oh, wait. You know what? I didn't pierce it all the way through. Okay, that one went through. But you know what? It kind of went through on the side of the journal, not on the spine. This one came through on the spine. All right, that's good. Oh, all right. So it's not as easy as it looks, guys. Okay, so this one is gonna go through, not quite on the spine. Let me see if I can fix that. Okay. And let me see if I can fix this middle one. And yeah, that's a little bit better on the spine. All right, so just to keep my holes aligned, I'm gonna keep the awl in there. And then I'm gonna go in through the middle. Oh, this is not as easy as it looks. Let me get this book out of the way now. All right, so I went in through the middle. I'm gonna pull the thread and just leave like enough in case I wanted to do a charm dangle or something. Then I'm gonna go through this outside hole where I have the awl stuck, and I'm gonna come in and pull that through. And then I'm gonna hold on to this, and then I'm gonna go all the way to the top and go through that hole. Okay. There. And then I'm gonna pull it tight and pull this thread down so that when I go back in through the center hole, I don't oops. There you go. Okay, so now I'm gonna pull it, but not so tight because I don't want to rip the paper. Let me make sure this is nice and tight. All right, and I'm gonna go under the thread and pull it tight and then make a knot. There you go. And then I'm gonna make a bow. And now I'm gonna take off the clips and see whether or not my signature went in straight. Let me trim this. All right, let's see what happened. I think I might be crooked. Then again, maybe not. I can adjust it. What do you know? Look at that. I have a journal. Cool. So, I'm going to go ahead and put in the tags that I made previously into these pockets, but I don't know how I'm going to decorate the cover yet, and I want to add some other things to the journal. So I've got to put something together, and that'll be the update for the next video. But for right now, let's just go ahead and put these tags back in. So this is a journal card that I made. So that goes in there. And then I have 2 tags that I had made. One goes in here, and a smaller one goes in here. And then here's the other piece of the other half of that. So here goes the, is that what I put in there? Yeah, that goes in there. This tag goes in here. Yeah, that's what it, I feel like it should have had the same. No, I guess that's how I made it. Different ribbons on top. Okay, so then we're gonna go find the other half of this pocket, and we're gonna put this journal card in there. And then, let's see, I made a couple of snippets. We could probably put those in there now. And then I'm gonna have to figure out a closure for the journal, which I really should have done before putting it together, in case I wanted to do some sort of hidden. Oh well, I'll figure it out. You see, I kind of, when I did my punching, I kind of went out the side, but I'll cover that with something. I mean, for a first shot, it's not too bad, I don't think. So let's see, I made a couple of snippets that take up too much. Yeah, I like that. It's a little bit thinner. Should I put it on the inside? No, on the outside. I'll put it on the outside. I'll go ahead and use the art glitter glue. This is a bit thicker piece of paper. Boy, sewing that signature in was a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. Check that out. Cool. Very nice. Where's that snippet that I put in? That's all the way over here. So yeah, I'm gonna put another one over here. So let me see something. Yeah, this is one of the first ones that I made and that I had on my video. And then this is a new one that I made last night. I really, really like the way that one came out. So I'm gonna put that one there. Let me see. I'm gonna put this one here. I love that one. Very cool. And then this is another snippet that I made last night. And this was the one that I had made that was in my video. But I sort of took it apart and redid it because it was like so dark. Like I had inked it too much. So I saved the main part of it. Like I saved this part of it and with the cheesecloth, but I took the rest of it off and then just added this brown piece of paper. So, yeah, maybe we could just do these two snippets and then call it a day. Let's see, where can I put those? I don't want to have them too close to each other. Yeah, maybe I'll just put this one right here. Cool. Very nice. And then I have one more little one that we can put on. I'll put it here on this page. Yeah, and trim off some of this cheesecloth. Very cool. I'm so happy with my first journal. So for the next video, I'm going to figure out a closure and maybe add some pockets so that we can use the rest of the tags. This is one of my original tags from my first video. And then yesterday, oh, actually, this is another one of the original tags. And then I made these 3 yesterday. I love the way this one turned out. And then I made, decorated the back as well. And then this one, love that one too. And then I made a pocket back here. And then just stuck in these little flower stickers. They're not stuck on, they're just in there so they can be used. So I like the way that turned out. And then this I made last night as well. And I made a little pocket in the back for that too. And I put 2 of the little Tim Holtz ephemera pieces in the pocket. Yeah, so that's that. So we'll add some pockets, and then I made a few more journal cards. I made this one last night. I made this one, and I made this one. And on the back, I just put washi. And then these are the 2 original journal cards. So I want to make pockets in on a couple of these pages so I can use these journal cards. And then I also have this junk mail envelope pouch, the smaller one that I had made, and then this one sheet wonder folio, and this other one sheet wonder folio with tags and stuff. So, oh, you know what else I want to put in this right now, since I'm at it? Let me put in, or let me put on one of my oh gosh, which one should I choose? I'm gonna choose this one. This is the hidden paper clip. I'm gonna put it on my cover for right now. I don't want to mess up that paper on the inside though. Oh, so cool, look at that. Very cool. And you know what? I'm going to put one on the inside right here. Give me the one with the house and the P.O. box. Actually, I'm going to put it over here. And I'm going to put a journal card. What did I do with them? Look at that. Very cool. All right, so next week, closure and more decorating of the journal, and then we're done. I'm pretty happy with the result. I think it came out really cute. I could still see some of the cereal box, but very faintly. Not enough to concern me. And if it does, right here on this back part, the only place I see it is where this light piece of paper is. I can cover it with another piece. And then on the front, I don't see anything at all. So that's good. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye. I hope you enjoyed the journal making process as much as I did. I think it turned out a whole lot better than I thought it would. One thing, I chose this side to be my cover, but then I inserted the signature upside down. So now this side is my cover. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should I cut the signature out and redo it, or leave it as is. Let me know what you think, and thanks for watching. As always, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thanks.